Yankee and the Brit's the place to be. Radio living is the life for me. Airwaves spreading out so far and wide. Keep your FM, just give me that internet side.
Online is where I'd rather stay. I've got a lot of music to play. I just adore a Yankee view. Darling, I love you, but give me a show to do.
The Chat.
The Brats.
On air.
That's fair.
You are my wife.
Goodbye, British life.
The Yankee and the Brit on air. Chris Keith is our guest tonight, and he is with us on the phone.
Good evening, Chris Keith.
How are y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right. How are you?
Not bad. Tell us about your song, Angry All the Time, before we go any further.
I just recorded that song. I don't know, it was a Tim McGraw original. Tim McGraw actually done that song, and I just love that song. That song has a meaning to me, you know.
Yeah.
Just some things I dealt with in life. That's why I recorded that. That's why I chose that song to record that song.
Well, you sound better than Tim McGraw.
Well, I appreciate that.
His music's okay, just not my bag, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So when did you get started with your music?
Let's see, I'm 41 now, so me and my brother, we used to sing on my grandma's butane tank when I was about 8, so I would say about 8 years old.
Good thing you weren't smoking then.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
What did you call that?
Yeah, it's a butane tank.
And what's one of them then?
It's a gas tank, natural gas tank.
Like a propane tank?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what us country folks use to heat our house with.
And you used to sit on it and sing?
Yeah, we used to just sit on it, you know. Had to have somewhere to sit, so we just sit on it.
Ah.
Oh, you know those Brits, they don't quite understand us rebel boys.
Yeah. She's a good old girl, though. Me and her, we chat sometimes. I guess it's called chatting. We chat a few times on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was making sure that I was gonna make this interview on time. I drive a truck for a living, for a real living. So.
Welcome to the trucking world.
Sir.
I was out there for about 20 years of that.
Yes, sir. I enjoy it.
What do you do? Freight box, flatbed, refrigerator?
I started out in dry van, and I went to now I do flatbed. I run a dedicated account out of Delhi, Louisiana.
What are you dragging on your wagon there? Coils?
It's usually aluminum. I usually have excursions on there.
Is that like the dross cubes kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's like the stuff you see at the stadiums, the benches that the people sit on.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's it like trying to strap one of those loads down?
It ain't too bad.
No?
As long as you know where to put the hooks, you're good.
Yeah, I never fooled around with that kind of thing. I pretty much stuck to a freight box. I did all heavy equipment at one time for a year or two, but I preferred the freight box. I didn't care what kind of weather it was. I was always warm.
That is correct. I did drive van for a while, and I didn't like it. So.
Yeah, I know. It takes a certain kind of person to do a certain type of job, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, just to let you know that in the chat room, you have someone in here. Oh my gosh, I've got to scroll down a bit here. Oh my gosh, where is her name? I thought her name was Militia. Militia, maybe? Oh, I can't find it now. Yes,
yeah,
Militia Lynn. Ah, hello.
Yeah.
Militia, there you are.
She's married to my brother, so I feel sorry for
her. Well, she's the one that's got to be married to him, not you, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's correct.
So do you write any songs of your own?
I try, and I don't know if it makes sense, but I always get the songs in my head and can't get them on the paper.
I
start trying to put them on the paper and forget entirely what I said. So when I try to sing in the shower, I should have somebody recording me inside the shower because the song sounds phenomenal in the shower. And then I try to put it on paper. It doesn't sound so good.
Why don't you have a little tape recorder outside the shower to record it?
Or set your phone recording and just belt it out at
Not
the
in
top
the
of your
shower.
lungs. Yeah, not in the shower. But yeah, set your phone up to record and just belt it out at the top of your lungs, and whatever comes out, comes out.
Yeah, that would work. My little boy would come in and he would try to join in, and he would be filming stuff that shouldn't be filmed in the shower.
Oh, I see.
So, do you play any musical instruments?
I don't. I'm trying to teach myself guitar, but it's kind of hard when you're on the road all the time, and you know if you're a truck driver, you're usually driving or sleeping. There's one or the other.
Oh.
But I'm going to get there. I'm trying to teach myself, so I'm going to get there.
Yes, you must, because your voice is awesome. So, yeah, you just need some songs to put your voice to, I suppose.
Have you ever heard of Brad James?
I have not.
You'll have to look him up. He's Brad James. They call him the singing truck driver. Look at some of his videos.
Is he the guy that sang "Sitting at the Dock of the Bay" or "Sitting at the Dock All Day"?
Yeah,
that's the guy.
one.
Yeah, I know that guy. I've watched that guy. It's hilarious. We all share him on our webpage for the company I work for.
There you go. Yeah, he was our first interview ever when we started. God, I don't know how many years back that was.
Yeah, it was about 2014. We had him on the show, and he's been around here in Texas, and yeah, we've met him a couple of times, haven't we? Yeah, great guy.
Anybody else in your family sing besides your little boy?
Oh, Militia says that you do karaoke.
Yeah, I used to have my own business, so yeah, I had my own karaoke business at once.
Ah.
Yeah, my dad sings. Most of my family on my father's side sang. My mother was never a singer. She passed away in March of this year, but she couldn't carry a note in a 5-gallon bucket. So.
And Timmy is your brother?
Yeah, Tim's my brother, and he can sing if you're not listening to him.
So how do you know he can sing then? Have you been spying on him and listening when he's not knowing you're there?
Well, I kind of been without listening. I think he gets a little gun shy, but he can sing a little.
Well, Militia said that Timmy's there too. He's listening.
Yeah, they're besides my wife and my son, they're probably my biggest supporters. Is my brother and his wife.
Are you playing out in places? Are you out hitting the bars and clubs or stadiums or anything like that?
I haven't started that yet. I'm hoping. Me and Miss Donna Ray, we're gonna. She's kind of promoting me a little bit, and I'm on her label. So, she's trying to get something going for me. Trying to get us some stuff going here. Us local guys here in Louisiana, and girls. But I'm hoping within the next couple months or so that I will be doing that.
Well, you sound great. I can't imagine why there'd be any issues with that. You sound real good.
Well, I appreciate it. I try to get on Facebook sometimes and do live shows, but I'm not too computer savvy, so sometimes I get on there and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So it may be an hour show of me trying to figure out what I'm doing. So.
Does that voice of yours come naturally, or did you kind of have to fine-tune it? Because it's a great singing voice. Sounds fantastic.
No, my dad tells me I've always had it. It's always been a natural voice. I've never had any singing lessons or anything. I can just hear it and I can sing. I guess God gave me a gift that, he figured if you're going to be fat and ugly, I'm going to have to give you a talent.
Oh, don't be like that.
I don't know. I thought you looked pretty cool. You kind of look like Cannon, if you remember who he is.
Well, I appreciate it. My mother-in-law was the photographer. She does a great job at taking pictures. Can't you tell?
Yeah. Sure. You look about 8 foot tall and 3 inches wide.
See there? There we go. It worked out great.
Yeah, she needs to take pictures of me too.
Says the camera adds 10 pounds. She actually took 10 pounds away. That's a good photographer.
Yes. Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah, she's worth a weight in gold.
Yeah.
Timmy says, hey, Bubba, he loves you.
Yeah. He's yeah.
It's okay to be mushy with your brother.
Yeah, we don't mind. It's only on live radio.
I'm not one of those. Yeah, I'm not one of those mushy guys. That dog don't hunt.
You don't give him a big old hug when you see him?
Nah, we kind of shake hands and say good to see you. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, my brother's always got to give me a big old hug. I ain't much of a hugger, but once in a while it's kind of nice to know at least he pays attention to me.
Yeah, I'm not a big hugger myself, yeah.
So, do you intend on staying as an independent for the foreseeable, or do you have plans to make it out there big?
Well, I hope to make it big someday, but if it doesn't happen, I'm perfectly fine with entertaining as an independent artist.
Cool.
What do you do for music? Where does the music come from? Is that, do you have a band that plays for you, or are your songs, did you do them in a studio?
Yeah, I did, actually, those two songs that I have that you guys got, I did in a bathroom in an apartment I used to live in.
And you probably use some of your karaoke CD plus Gs.
Yep, I did exactly correct. That is exactly right. That's exactly what I did.
Because I used to do that years ago myself, and when I came to Texas, I brought all my CD plus Gs with me, and me and Randy use them to sing along to sometimes. But they're all right.
Yes, ma'am. There isn't a thing wrong with that. I'm just still trying to figure out how you've been in Texas for over 3 years and you still got a British accent.
Well, that's good to hear.
I force her to keep that British accent. I don't want her sounding like the rest of us.
Well, I hear you. There ain't nothing wrong with Texas. I used to love driving in Texas.
Well, there's some voting signs out at the moment, and it says, "Hail yeah" on it. And every time I read it, I think, oh, gosh, I sound like one of those bloody Americans. Hail yeah!
She's learning.
So Kelly Johnson Norman is in the chat room right now. She says that she thinks you are awesome and she loves hearing you sing.
Yeah, that's my mother-in-law. I paid her.
That's a photographer?
Yeah, she's a photographer. I paid her. All those nice quotes, I paid those people.
Did you pay her to come in and say nice things about you?
Paid them, yeah. I said, hey, get on this show and say nice things about me.
There you go, Kelly. The check's in the mail.
Nisi wants to know if you're working on any new songs.
I am working on some stuff. I've had a few songwriters reach out to me. They wanted me to do some of their songs, and I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks I'm going to be recording those, and of course you guys will be getting them, so y'all can play them for me if you will.
Yes, of course, of course.
Are you kidding me? I'll be glad to do it. You had said, when you were young, you sat on the butane tank singing and things. Back at that age, what kind of music were you listening to? What made you want to do country?
And my grandmother played those old record albums, those old 45s and the vinyls, and it was Conway and Georgia Jones and Loretta Lynn. I grew up on the real country,
Yeah.
What's your earliest musical memory from when you were young and had tiny feet?
I actually won I don't even know who the song was by. I just know it was a woman's song, and I won a talent contest at the school I was at with that song, and it was a woman's song. But I was so nervous about being on stage, and to see me now, you would think there's no way that guy's nervous on stage. But I was hiding behind the curtain, singing with the microphone. All you could hear was the music and me singing. You couldn't see the person doing it.
Ah, that is so sweet.
So that's my earliest memory.
Oh wow, that's too cute.
Of course, my wife sings. My little boy, he's going to grow up to be a superstar. He's going to be something to look for when he gets about 10 years old and starts really developing his voice. He's going to be something to look for.
Does your wife sing with you?
Yeah, she does sometimes. We always go to Lakewood Inn, the place right there where we live, and do karaoke there. And me and her sing together. So yeah, we harmonize very well together. I'm looking forward to maybe doing a duet with her. Me and her singing a duet before long.
Wow.
If I can find a good one for us.
And you're in Louisiana?
Yes, sir. I'm in Louisiana.
All right.
Yeah, you should sing one together, because me and Randy do it. It's only just silly stuff for the show, but we just we get such a kick out of singing together and just having a giggle together. We spend probably an hour laughing and joking and messing around and however long on another 25 hours on the song. But it's all good fun and great time to spend together.
Yeah, that is correct. I love watching you guys' videos when y'all are setting up for announcing who's going to be on the show. That is the funniest stuff. I just laugh. And, you know, we're not supposed to be looking at that stuff while we're driving, but if it pops up that you guys are announcing the guys that are going to be on, I got to watch the video. I'll pull my truck over just to watch the video because I know it's going to be something to laugh at.
Well, you'll have to look out because there's going to be another one on the way, probably Monday or Tuesday. We are working on one right now.
That's right. And, of course, you know, you have the video of the week every week. So have you done any videos?
I actually did have Mr. Charles. I want to say his name's Mr. Charles. If I got that name wrong, I apologize. He did a video for my for both of my songs, and it's just videos of me, of course, different pictures of my family. But he does an awesome job for the Ochota Records people of trying to promote us and get us out there.
Maybe you need to get that mother-in-law with a video camera out there and get her filming you.
Yeah, I've asked her that, and she always tells me that the video camera is not her style. She likes the still frames, but I think she could do it. She has that eye for it.
I bet she could. Nothing a tripod can't solve.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna slip it in when she's not thinking about it. I'm gonna just say, here, hold this video camera and video this.
Yeah, that's you know, my video picks of the week. That's what I'm always looking for is any of the independent artists that we have on the show. I'm always trying to find the best videos to play, and you know, helps promote your song and gets people to know who you are a little bit better, get to see you. You know, a lot of people don't get to see a new artist very often. You know, usually it's somebody that's established, some Nashville big-time artist or something, you know, that has videos. And there's so many independent artists that have some really nice videos, and I really like to, you know, push them out there and help you guys, you know, maybe take that next step. Who knows?
Yes, sir. We sure appreciate it. And I'm hoping that my name gets out there. You know, like I said, like I told you, I did my first real live show I did last week, and I was reaching people in Canada, so that was pretty awesome to know that I had people in Canada watching me sing.
Now you were talking
and
about
they actually didn't try to throw anything at the computer.
Not that you know of.
Not that
you know, you were talking about hiding behind the curtain when you were singing. Now, how did it feel? I mean, how do you feel about getting up on stage in front of everybody now? You a little bit more over that kind of thing?
I'm way over that. Yeah. I love to entertain for people.
Good.
I feed off the crowd. If they're having a good time, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, that's how we are here. You know, we'll have a good show of people reacting and giving us a little flack or requesting a lot of songs or whatever. But I am totally against being in front of the camera. Really, I hate it. I never have liked it.
You totally against being in front of the
I don't
camera?
like it.
I've never heard so much rubbish in all my life. You love it when everybody's looking at you.
Shut up.
So
But there's a difference when people are looking at you and when that camera's looking at you. There's something about that camera. I'm the same way. I don't like pictures. I figure if you see me live, okay. But if you see me on that camera, you're going to think, Lord, you're looking for all the flaws you can see.
I know. They got plenty of time to look things over.
Person either.
Yeah.
That's right. You study that picture. You're looking too long.
So when you're rich and famous, do you have any advice for your future self for when you're rich and have loads and loads of money?
Just always make sure that you stay humble and never forget where you came from.
And never forget the Yanki and the Brit show.
That's right. Never forget those guys. You got to make sure that the first people that ever interviewed you on the radio, that you listen to those people and you promote them as much as possible.
That's it. That's the one.
Nine. Are you driving? Are you gone all week?
I'm usually gone. I'll leave in the morning at 5, and I'll be back home about. I'm gonna try to hustle this week because I'm going right through Jacksonville, so that's where the storm's supposed to hit.
Right.
I'm gonna try to hustle down to Florida and get back before the storm hits too bad because they're calling for like 175 mile an hour wind, so that ain't good on a old boy that's pulling a flatbed empty coming back through there.
That's right. You. Well, the reason I asked, do you have any kind of hobbies or anything, or you just don't have time for that?
Man, I love to hunt, and it's coming that time. I was actually shooting my bow this morning at about 6 o'clock. So I love to hunt. So
Any preference?
I try to make time. My little boy's old enough now to hunt. So
You have any preference as to what you hunt? I mean, are you a deer hunter, hogs, or?
If it's brown, it's down.
There you go.
If it's brown, it's
I don't
down.
You ought to come over to Texas. All the free hogs you want over here.
Yes, sir. Y'all got them bad, but I think they got their visa stamped and they starting to cross that border now. They're starting to get over here in Louisiana pretty rough.
Uh-oh. Well, now's your chance to thin the herd.
Well, I've heard you guys like
Yes,
weird
sir.
food over there. So if you guys like weird food, then you can cook up some of those hogs that are crossing the border.
Yeah, we have a couchon de lait.
Oh, what?
Couchon de lait, that's a pig roast.
It is French, my dear.
A pig roast. What do? Stick the pig in the pot?
You put him in the ground.
Ah, my favorite kind, too. Dig a pit and put him in there and let him cook. That's the
That's
kind.
right.
That's what I was.
Throw a little pan over him and go to work.
I was telling Donna about a friend of mine. He passed away many years ago, but he had some of the best pig roasts going on, man. That's what we did. We went over there and dug a big hole and lit up that fire and then threw Chester in there, and boy, we'd have a whole long weekend of nothing but a hog roast.
Let me tell you guys something.
And moonshine.
When I went to Scotland a few years ago, I went to this little country pub. We took all the back roads to Scotland, and it took us about 3 days to get there. And we went to this little country pub for a Sunday roast, because Brits love a Sunday dinner. And in there was a big, giant pig. And that was what I saw when I walked in the door, was a pig's head, and I was like, oh my gosh. And the meat that come off that pig was just amazing. But I never expected the head to still be on it, if I'm honest. You know, I was like, what the bloody hell? I can't eat that.
Yeah, that pig was probably domesticated.
Yeah, most likely.
There's a little bit of different taste in a domesticated and a wild hog.
Carol in the chat wants to know, do you hunt on your own property?
I do hunt on my own property. I do.
Got a good chunk of land, do you?
Yeah, we've got about 90 acres.
Ooh, that's nice.
So that's big enough for me. And of course, all the adjoining lands. All our neighbors own it, and we've known them all our lives. So there's no problem with maybe taking a step over the line and shooting something that's there. Just share with the neighbors, give the neighbors a little meat, so he's not so upset.
That's right.
I take it so long as you don't shoot your neighbours. You don't want to be eating
Well,
them.
that's correct. You don't want to shoot your neighbors. Make sure that you know your neighbors not sitting in that deer stand you're trying to hunt out of.
As long as you can tell the difference between your neighbors and the hogs, you're all right. I wouldn't say anything either.
I'm gonna just leave that where it lies.
In the bottom of that roasting pit. Come on.
So what's your opinion on the new generation of country stars and the music industry today?
Well, there's some of those guys out there that are really trying to be country. And then there's some of those guys out there that I'm scared that they're going to hurt themselves and start a fire with them tight jeans that got shoved inside them tennis shoes.
Boy, I can picture that clear as day.
Some of us are still trying to keep country music alive. And like I said, some of those new guys, they got those songs out there that, some of them really touch home to old country singers like me. But some of those songs, you just sit back and think, why are they playing this on country radio?
Yeah, same exact thing. That's why we kind of started in with the independent artists a few years back, because we just, old rock is old rock, and I grew up with that kind of thing. But I also grew up with Jim Reeves and Gail Garnett and, all them old country folks, because my mom used to play those things. But I found out that a lot of y'all independent artists are playing all this great music that actually, has something to it, tells a story, gives you that feel from the old days. And, as an older person, that's the kind of thing I want to hear. I don't want to hear all that, I don't know what it's called now, that hillbilly rap crap kind of stuff. It's just not my thing, man. I just don't see where it's going.
That country pop, I agree with some of the country artists that said they put pop in my country, and I don't know, Lord have mercy. It sure has changed.
Yeah, well, I'm glad there's folks like you trying to keep it real. That's a big plus.
Yes, sir. That's the only way I can be. I can only sing the songs that mean something to me. Ray Charles said the reason he sung country music is because it told great stories, and that's what I want to do. I want to tell great stories. I want that guy that's in that factory to know there's still some guys out there singing songs about the way life really is, and not the way, they sing some girl in a bikini running down the beach. That's okay.
Yes, sir, but that's for the younger crowd. We could use some more blue-collar songs. Boy, I really miss that kind of those days, when everybody worked hard and was thankful for their job and, appreciated everything they had.
Yes, sir.
I agree entirely. What kind of truck you drive?
I have a 2018 International LT.
An International? Well, who'd have thought? No, I meant your personal truck, sorry.
Oh, my personal truck. I got a 92 Chevrolet.
I knew you had to have a pickup truck. I could just tell.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. It's just an old truck. It's old like me, but it gets me from point A to point B. So as long as she keeps cranking, I'll keep driving her.
That's the way I feel about mine, too.
Old like you. You don't look anything older than, like, 55.
You already... Oh, jeez. He already told you how old he was.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No, you don't look a day over, like, 22. How old is he?
That's a lot safer. He's in his
Well, I appreciate
40s.
it. I'm like old Charter. I age gracefully.
Thanks to your mother-in-law's photographs.
Yes, I love your mother-in-law
That's right.
already.
See, that's all. Yeah, that's photoshopped without having to use a computer. She's just good like that.
Woo, somebody's racking up the points. Fixing to get a homemade pie or something out of this deal?
They fed me steak earlier, so I'm trying to get those brownie points in there.
Amen to that, boy.
So is there any kind of music that really makes you want to move and dance around like Baloo the Bear?
No, I'm not a big dancer.
No?
I'm not big on the dancing thing. I put a little Reeves in when I want to drive that old truck, and I know I got to keep that left door closed and put the hammer down. I throw him on, and me and him will drive down the road as fast as that hammer will take us.
Which truck we talking about, the big one or the little one?
Yeah, the big one. The big one. I don't get to drive the little one very much.
You got a hood or a cab over?
I've got a sleeper on my truck. Yeah.
I thought maybe he's.
I've got a hood. I don't have a cab over. Them cab overs. You see them on the highway. It's somebody owner operator that redone his truck. You don't get to see too many of those old cab overs anymore.
I know. I thought you was going to tell me there a little earlier you had one of them big old, them older cab over corn binders, man. I used to love them trucks, boy. They'd beat you to death, but by God, they were some work trucks.
Man, I wish I did. My dad's got one that I want to restore. He's got an old Mac that I want to restore, but the only bad thing about them cab overs, if you have a wreck, you're the first one to it.
So do you remember the first album that you ever bought, Chris Keith?
First album I ever bought.
Yes, sir.
I don't think I ever bought any music.
You never?
No, I don't ever think I bought anything.
Wow.
Not till I was older, you know. Like I said, my grandmother had every song you could ever think of. I didn't really need to buy an album.
Wow. So what song did you sing at Militia and your brother's wedding?
I swear. And that was pretty rough because we had a wreck the day before where we flipped the truck 7 times end over end. She had a broke shoulder, and I was pretty beat up too, but I still sang, and they still got married. That's dedication right there.
I'm telling you, boy,
Yes.
that's a family that sticks together.
Yes, sir.
And that probably made it extra special as well. So, yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed.
That's certainly a marriage nobody will forget.
Yeah, that's definitely a marriage nobody forget. I tried to keep it from happening, but they didn't listen. For a perfectly good truck trying to keep that marriage from happening.
Dagnabbit, I'll kill y'all if that's what it takes.
It's been a good thing. She's been a blessing to this family.
Oh, that's awesome. Very, very cool. So, in 5 years' time, where do you see yourself?
I hope off the truck and on a stage somewhere.
Cool.
Even if I'm just pushing the stuff out for Garth Brooks and saying, "Where would you like these speakers, Mr. Brooks?"
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, there's a guy that's been on our show, Kyle Bulgalt. I think that's how you say his surname. And he doesn't play any instruments, and he doesn't write any of the songs, but he is one hell of a singer. You should check him out. He has an amazing album. We play his music quite a bit on here. So, you know, even if you don't ever learn to play an instrument, or if you don't ever get round to writing those songs, you know, you can still sing for other people, and you can still put your stamp on it and make that album something to be proud of.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you know, just keep reaching for your goals and keep aiming higher. Are you ready for Randy's 10 boring questions? He will be back very, very shortly, and he has 10 questions before we boot you off the show.
Okay.
Are you ready, Randy, with your questions? He's just about over here. He's just guzzling something down. Come on over here, husband. You have 10 questions for this fine young man.
I do. Sometimes water is just a little more important than a cigarette.
That is correct.
Okay, 10 questions. I didn't know I was going to ask them tonight, but here we go. Number 1, what's your favorite word?
I'm not real sure. You probably don't want to hear it on the radio.
It's internet radio. You can say whatever you like.
I say y'all a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
Probably my favorite word.
What's your least favorite word?
I don't know. I don't listen to people a whole lot to know what my least favorite word is. These questions are pretty boring.
I did warn you. You know, you're free to put the phone down at any time.
Well, no, it's going great. I love it.
Well, let's try number 3. What turns you on?
Bow hunting.
More so than your wife?
Isn't that crazy?
You're supposed to say
No, not more so than her, but, you know. Hey, listen, my wife's learning how to shoot a bow. There's nothing sexier than teaching my wife how to shoot a bow.
Ooh, I bet when you got to
Very
put your
true.
arms around her from the back. Yes, sir. Now, come
Yeah,
on.
now you're with me.
See?
You're right there with me.
Come on, honey. Now you grab the string like this, and you hold the bow like this. Oh, my hand slipped. Sorry.
That is correct.
What turns you off?
People that are mean to other people for no reason.
I can relate to that. What sound do you love?
Sound?
A sound, yes.
Yeah, sound like a Brit chattering
Any
away.
sound in the world?
Whatever sound you love.
I like that thug sound when that arrow hits that deer just right, and you know you got him.
I was going to say, I bet you like the sound of brown going down.
That's correct.
What sound do you hate?
I don't like truck horns that pull in the truck stops and just when guys are trying to sleep and they just blow those horns for no reason.
Those guys are idiots anyways. What's your favorite drink?
Coke.
I was going to say, it don't matter if it's moonshine or soda, pop.
I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink at all.
What do you call it down there? Call it pop, soda?
Everything's Coke here.
Coke?
Everything.
Sounds just like Texas. Everything's Coke. Number 8, what profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Country music. Comedy, probably.
What profession would you not like to do?
I wouldn't want to be that guy that has to clean porta-johns after baseball games.
Or after the wind blows them over. Last one. If heaven exists, what do you think you'd like to hear God say when you get to those big pearly gates?
Well, if he tells me I did a good enough job, that's good enough for me.
Bingo. That's it. That's my share.
Yes, do you have anything to add before we flush you down the toilet, like where we can purchase your music? Or do you have a music page?
I have a Chris Keith music on my Facebook page. Y'all can check it out. I don't have anything available to sell right now, but if you'll go and do your best to promote my music by sharing anything you might see of me, I would appreciate it. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
very
lovely.
much. And you're more than welcome to post your new songs or a video or any new news you have, over there on the Yankee and the Brit page. Help yourself. Put anything you got that promotes yourself over there, and, we'll do what we can. And, if you ever come up with a good video, make sure you let us know, because I'll have a look at it.
Yes, sir. I sure appreciate it.
Get that mother-in-law involved.
Yep, that's the one I'm gonna get the whole family involved.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Your little boy and your wife could be your backing singers.
And that's the only way you're gonna make it. You gotta put family first.
Yes.
That's the only way you're going to get any help out of them.
That is correct. Free help.
All righty. Well, thank you very much, man, for spending a little time with us. Just kind of nice to chat and get to know a little bit about you.
Yes, you're clearly a fine young man, and hopefully, we wish you all the best for the future. And like Randy says, let us know if if you have any songs going out there or any videos or anything you want to announce.
And I'm going to play this other song of yours, "Shouldn't Kiss Me Like This." What's the story behind that?
Oh yes.
My sister used to do karaoke, and I lived in Florida. When I came back from Florida, that's the song I did, the very first song I ever did when I moved back to Louisiana. So I decided that'd be the song I would record, because everybody thought I was going to make a fool of myself when I got up there, because you see this really big bald guy get up there on stage, and everybody's like, yeah, he's going to make a fool of himself. And then I sang, and I didn't quite make a fool of myself.
Fooled them all, didn't you?
Made a fool of them.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tenfo and Roger to all that. Appreciate it, man. Take care of yourself and keep in touch.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Night. Bye.
Radio for Roughnecks, Rednecks, and Rejects on the RTM Radio Network.
Here he is, Chris Keith. Shouldn't Kiss Me Like This. the Yankee and the Brit on a country Saturday night.
I got a funny feeling the moment that your lips touch mine. Something shot right through me. My heart skipped a beat in time. There's a different feel about you tonight. It's got me thinking lots of crazy things. I even think I saw a flash of light. It felt like electricity. You shouldn't kiss me like this unless you mean it like that. 'Cause I'll just close my eyes and I won't know where I'm at. We'll get lost on this dance floor, spinning around and around and around and around. They're all watching us now. They think we're falling in love. They'd never believe we're just friends. When you kiss me like this, I think you mean it like that. If you do, baby, kiss me again. Everybody swears we make the perfect pair, but dancing is as far as it goes. Girl, you've never moved me quite the way you move me tonight. I just wanted you to know. Wanted you to know. You shouldn't kiss me like this unless you mean it like that. 'Cause I'll just close my eyes and I won't know where I'm at. We'll get lost on this dance floor, spinning around and around and around and around. They're all watching us now. They think we're falling in love. They never believe we're just friends. When you kiss me like this, I think you mean it like that. If you do, baby, kiss me again. Kiss me again.
Check him out. Chris Keith, Shouldn't Kiss Me Like This. What a voice. Wow.
Yeah.
And what a great guy,
Awesome.
too. Like to see the brown go down. I love
What a
it.
fine young man.
That's awesome. What a beautiful song. Thank you very much for joining us, man.